have you ever heard of Walter Cronkite?
No.
Yeah.
Good old Walter.
NBC News, isn't he?
Thank you very much.
We know him.
Thanks, fellas.
Okay?
Is it?
Hey, don't catch me. CBS News.
You've just queered yourself now.
Well, he's CBS. I know, but I didn't want to say it because I thought it was CBS.
Well, I said NBC.
I know. This one. That's why I didn't say
which one?
With Capitol Records' rush release of I Want to Hold Your Hand on the 26th of December 1963, resulting in lightning-fast sales of over 1 million copies in the US, a race ensued between CBS and NBC to capitalise on the Beatles' newfound success. Although Ed Sullivan was the first American chat show host to book the Beatles, his rival over at NBC, Jack Paar, stole some of his thunder over 1 month before the Beatles' scheduled appearance on CBS.
And now, here's Jack.
Former Tonight Show host Paar's coup was to broadcast 2 filmed performances of the Beatles on his own NBC show. The first was a live performance from November 1963 at Bournemouth.
You know, everyone talks about the Beatles, but no one does anything about them. The Beatles are an extraordinary act in England. I think they're the biggest thing in England in 25 years. And actually, the music is rock and roll. Now, we've never, in my 7 years at NBC, ever on the Tonight Show or on this show, ever had a rock and roll act. But I'm interested in the Beatles as a psychological, sociological phenomenon. And I want to show them to you tonight. They're from the toughest part of England. It's Merseyside, near Liverpool, in the dock area. And it's a very tough area where these 4 nice kids come from. They're kind of witty. Someone said, what's so exciting about living on the docks at Liverpool? He says, just staying alive is exciting at the docks. But they're nice kids, and I'd like to show you now all, for the first time, what it looks like in an audience in England when the Beatles are about to perform. I understand science is working on a cure for this. These guys have these crazy hairdos, and when they wiggle their head and the hair goes, the girls go out of their minds. Does it bother you to realize that in a few years these girls will vote, raise children, and drive cars? I just show you this in case you're going to England and want to have a fun evening.
Paar also bought a film clip from the BBC's documentary The Mersey Sound, featuring the Beatles performing She Loves You.
She loves you, and you know you should be glad. Ooh, yeah.
Beatles manager Brian Epstein was said to be furious with the BBC. Epstein had promised Sullivan the first and exclusive American television appearance of the Beatles. Epstein reacted by threatening to cancel the Beatles' BBC radio shows, but the horse had already bolted from the stable. Any threat would certainly have been an idle one, as Epstein had created a reputation for always honouring contracts and had not negotiated any terms preventing the BBC reselling their footage. Sullivan apparently thought about cancelling the Beatles' bookings, but after careful consideration decided to go ahead, watching on as the Beatles songs rocketed up the US Billboard and Cashbox charts. He really had nothing to fear, as Paar's own coverage on his show on Friday the 3rd of January 1964 was largely sarcastic and dismissive.
nice to know that England has finally risen to our cultural level. Ed Sullivan's going to have the Beatles on live in February, and our interest was just showing a more adult audience that usually follows my work what's going on in England.
Paar, who had got his first TV break as a comic on The Ed Sullivan Show, later admitted, "I didn't know they were going to change the culture of the country with music. I thought they were funny. I brought them here as a joke." In contrast, the Fab Four's appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show was upbeat and focused almost entirely on what they had been booked for, their dynamic live performances. After arriving in New York, the Beatles watched themselves in their Plaza Hotel suite on the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite.
The British invasion this time goes by the code name Beatlemania. D-Day has been common knowledge for months, and this was the day.
The news is...
Invasion took place at New York's Kennedy International Airport.
I had one yesterday. If we knew, we'd form another group to be managers.
2 days later, any Americans who had not heard about the Beatles got a crash course when they burst onto CBS TV screens and launched into, in rapid succession, All My Loving, Till There Was You, and She Loves You.
Ringo, stay where you are. Keep your head roughly where it is. Now move that head, baby. 1, 2, 3.
Here we go. Wait a minute. I think I am a monkey.
Let me on. No, let me. Me, television, me. Oh, I love this place, America. Come on.